congratulations, and she's so glad that you finally did it. So, she wanted you to know. She wanted me to make sure that I let you know that. So, yeah, today's Tera's last day. So, Tera was one of the first people I met when I came here, too.
I thought Savannah was.
Savannah was, too, but she was actually almost the first one, too. Matter of fact, I think Patrick was the first one. And then after that, I think it was Tera, because I was standing outside before a morning meeting, and Tera, and maybe even Virginia was out there too. I can't remember. I think it was Virginia and Tera, Patrick and Kristen standing out there. They were the first ones that I met. And I remember Tera saying, "Well, I talked a lot," and I'm like, "Okay, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that." But yeah, I remember that's the first thing she said to me. So I'm very proud of Tera for finishing all the obstacles that she's come through, the trials and tribulations here at school, and she's probably overcome the hill more than anyone else probably. So I'm very proud of her and glad that she's finished, and she just kept going regardless of issues. She just kept on pushing her way through and coming and digging, and now look, it's her day. So now you can say bye-bye. See you later. Got your piece of paper, don't have to worry about it, right? So, you have anything you want to say?
Actually, Tera, were you?
You did my
Did we start together, or?
you started, but right before me.
Okay, so whenever I was in AI. So.
Yeah, because you was in my class. You helped out a lot in V's class.
Okay, yeah.
You did our color class.
It's awesome to know. That's the first class that I taught was my color class, right? So, yeah, to see her like start and go.
Color's my favorite thing to do.
Everything that she went through, she went through a lot. Four-wheeler wrecks, like she went through all kinds of stuff in here, body casts and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, that was great. Yeah, so you did it. So it was great.
I just started, so congratulations.
All right, so the certificate says CT Winchester. This certifies that Tera Daniels has successfully completed the required course of study approved by the instructors of CT Winchester, and is therefore awarded the certificate of cosmetology completion given this 25th day of October. I've signed it, and Ms. Brooks and Ms. Shonda have signed it. So here's your little certificate. Congratulations. Yes. Finally over, right? Done it. Made it. Right. Yeah, you're going to do great things. Tera is very good at hands-on. Like, I tested her yesterday. She's probably the best hands-on that I've had come through the school.
She's got that little pregnancy water on.
Yeah.
Graduates, you may have seats. Welcome to the first graduation of 2017. And welcome to you new graduates who have been through it all, have seen it all, have done it all, leading directly up to here. Congratulations. And I'm proud to say that I'm the director of the College for Technical Education, where all of these folks started, finished, and are ready to move on. The mission of the College for Technical Education is it's an organization that promotes self-sufficiency. It's an organization that promotes economic independence. And that's exactly where these students are leading. As a matter of fact, I was talking to them just before we came out, and a few of the amazing things about the college, and especially this group, is we have 2 of these programs that graduated from CTE with 100% placement in their field. We have 2 others that graduated over 80% placement. That says a lot for a small school. As we move forward, we know that we're proud of CTE, and we know that we're proud of our students. But I want to just point out a few things that really make us extraordinary. As I was looking back through, I was looking at the accomplishments of this group and of CTE in general. The school just went through a reaffirmation. And what that means is for our national accreditation, they look at us, they tear us apart, they look at us financially, they look at our financial aid. Are we doing it right? Are we teaching the students right? Are they getting the academics that they have paid for? The answer was yes, resounding. We had a 0 finding audit after 5 years. Other accomplishments as a whole. I don't know if you're aware of this, but the Kentucky State Board of Hairdressers has 3 board members. One of them is on our staff. We're a member of the Kentucky Council on Post-Secondary Education, doing relicensing right now, again, after 5 years licensing. The Kentucky Association of Career Colleges and Schools, board member on staff. The program successes, early childhood education, headed up by Robin Costin over here. We have a 100% pass rate on the CDA. I'm not sure any other school can tell you that. Student hospitality professional, headed up by Robin Matheny. I don't know if you're aware of this. You may or may not if you live in the Tates Creek area or even if you live in the Euclid Avenue area. We have an exclusive sponsorship with Kroger, where Kroger invites our culinary schools into the Krogers to show off their product, to do cooking demonstrations, if they could order. But it's only CTE that does that. We've been chosen by Kroger. That's a huge organization. The medical assistant program, 100% pass rate on the RMA. On top of that, and talking about exclusivity, we were just told by one of the national organizations and one of the largest health organizations in our area that CTE is now the exclusive medical assistant externship site for Central. Business office administration, probably one of the older programs that we've had, including the food and hospitality. They were kind of the 2 starters. Business office administration has some of the highest pass rates of any school that tests with Microsoft Office. Pretty nice when a national organization reaches out to us to find out how we do it. That's headed up by Brian King. I should also say Kim York is also in the audience, and she was from your teacher. And finally, the cosmetology program. Cosmetology is one of the top leading schools in the state of Kentucky for pass rate on the licensure. I guess what I'm saying is don't count out that little school up in Tates Creek. We put out the right product, and you guys are proving it every day. Thank you. Thank you. As we move forward tonight, I just want to do one more bit of recognition. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. Oh, Miss Jenna. Jenna is the head of the cosmetology program over in Winchester. And also Chip Breeze. Everybody loves you. move forward, the one thing that I do like to point out at every graduation is the motivation that you folks had to keep going. I know there are days that you woke up and said, not today. I know there are days you woke up where your kids said, oh no, not today, Mommy. Or your mother saying, you need to stay home and help me with this. We saw it, we felt it, we know you did it. Those days that were snowing and you said, no, not going, and you showed up anyway, this is to you. But we also want to recognize the people, not only for you, but the future generations. How many children of students do we have out there in the audience? Raise your hand if you're a child of one of our students. You guys are busy. Welcome tonight, and thank you to the parents, aunts, uncles, grandparents, mom, dad, stepmom, stepdad, and children for helping to support these graduates tonight. Great job, and we salute you. Thank you. I'm going to give up the mic now and introduce you to Rick Christman, who is the CEO of Employment Solutions Inc. and the head of the College for Technical Education.
No, Brenda, you are the head of the college. I just sent a check.
Is it paid?
You're looking for me, right? Well, welcome everyone. This is really great to see this crowd. We've almost filled this giant room up. That's going to hundreds of you out here. So thank you, friends and family, for being here. I want to speak just very briefly to the graduates. You know, in life, people can take things from you, right? They can lose their house, their car. They can take their job, right? It happens to people, right? There's one thing no person can take from you, ever, and that's what you know. That's yours. That's what you have now. Now, while they can't take it from you, you can waste it. Please don't waste what you have learned. Take what you have learned, go out there and help people with what you know, because each one of you can help somebody. Cosmetologists are important because people care a lot about how they look, right? BTT, what you do is important. When somebody's air conditioner breaks down, who's the most important person in the world? You. When, who's the person at the front desk is basically the captain of the ship for use in business office administration. You are very important. Medical assisting. People are nervous when they go into the doctor's office. Sometimes they don't listen to the doctor because they're nervous. Who communicates? Who's that bridge between the doctor and the patient? Well, a lot of times it's the medical assistant. So what you do is very important. And who can overestimate or overstate how important early childhood education is to make sure that those kids are ready for school, ready to learn. So thank you, all of you, for taking on these professions. Oh, and I forgot, culinary. Culinary. When you go to an anniversary, when you go to a wedding or a birthday, what's the most important thing at these events? It's the food. What makes life worth living when you go to these events? What do you talk about? The food. So don't people who make, cater, aren't they very important in our lives? That's what you're going to be. So thank you for picking out these professions. And use them. Make the world a better place. Now it's my great pleasure to introduce our speaker, Julius Johnson. He is the Director for Reentry Services at the Lexington Rescue Mission. What he does there is he helps people who have been incarcerated deal with obstacles, get back into life, get back into their communities, get back into work. He's formerly worked with the Lexington Leadership Foundation and their Fatherhood Initiative, which I'm familiar with. That's very important work. He worked with Urban League. There he realized he had really a passion for helping people with felony convictions. He also realized he needed to educate himself. He obtained his associate degree. He also then followed that up with a degree in sociology from the University of Kentucky. He's presently in a graduate program for community leadership development, also at the University of Kentucky. Julius is grateful to God, and he has hope and prayer. He'll light to others so they can make it and become productive citizens. So help me recognize and welcome Julius Johnson.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Hey, good evening, everybody.
Good
I got to be hyped. This is graduation. It's not this is graduation. So, I've been to a few graduations, and we hyped. We just think about all the nights and staying up late and all the work you put in. I know you're exhausted from all that. This is the time to be excited. You got your family here, kids here. I see a lot of kids wave their hands, so this is nice to be excited. Anyway, I'm going to tell a story. First of all, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. He told y'all the college stuff like that, but before that, I've been a felon since I was 18. A little bit after I turned 18, I got in a fight with the police, which led to like multiple times fighting with the police, multiple drug charges, and I got an escape on my record. I got multiple different things that I went through, you know. So when I've heard a few of y'all's stories, and I'm like, and I know a couple of people that's graduated, and I just know that I understand about, you know, the obstacles that it takes to get where you want to be at. You know, when I was in prison, somebody asked me in the hallway, they said, "Did you see yourself up here 10 to 12 years ago?" And I thought about it first, I said, "Nah." Then I thought about it, I said, "Yeah, I did." It was while I was in prison. I started to think about what I wanted to be. I wanted to do something different change. I started thinking about these things. And one thing I always tell people is you can't think of not one thing on this planet that was not a thought first. Somebody to think it, the church city, somebody to think how to build it, how to make it, the design on the floor, this podium, everything was a thought first. So the thing is a thought. Even before you can stand up to go to college, you have to first of all think of being where you're at right now. So anyway, here. Now the story I'm going to tell is, I heard this story when I was a little kid. This is for the kids too. I was about 8 years old in church when I heard this story. And it was, and it stuck with me. I've used this story many different times. And the story is about, it was a man that went to go buy a car. And when he went to go buy a car, the salesman had the glasses on, was showing his eyes and all of that. But he said, "Man, I got this perfect car for you, 2017, such and such, such and such." And the man looked, he's like, "Man," he got in there, felt it, drove around a little bit, took it on a test drive, and he said, "Man, this is nice." But the thing was, beside the new car lot was a used, not even a used, it was a junkyard. And the junkyard, he rode past, and when he seen, I gotta come past that. When he seen the junkyard, he said he seen a car. It was all busted up. Didn't have no life to it. But he's like, he said, "You know what? I think I want to go check that car out, man." He's like, "Man, you want to go check that car out?" He's like, "Yeah, I want to check that car out." So he got out from the new car and went over into the junkyard and asked the man, you know, about the car. The man said, "Man, the car doesn't even run. It does, you know, don't have any tires on it. You see the paint, there's not even no paint on it. It's old, it's busted." He said, "Man, if you got money to go get that new one, why don't you go do that? Why are you coming over here?" He's like, "I see something in this car." And so he's like, "So I'm gonna get this car." The man, the junkyard guy looked at him and started laughing at him because he's like, "Man, this dude want this car." So he got a motor, a used motor. And so when he was riding out, you know, he was making a lot of noise. Everybody, as he's riding, everybody laughing at him. They laughing at him. They're like, "Man, look at this dude, man. The car's messed up. He got some busted up. The tires are still warped." But he's still like, man, he's smiling the whole time. He's like, they heard him come around the corner. He's still cheap, but every day he smiled as he got in his car because he seen something in the car that everybody else didn't see. Everybody else was laughing at. They called him names. But look at his head, names for the junk bucket and all this stuff like that. They had all different names for this car. But again, like I said, he was driving everywhere because he's seen it. And so he would always drive it with all the noise, all the different things wrong with it. But every time, the thing was, he gradually started putting work into it. Start putting brand new tires. He said, I need a tire. You know, he started putting just different work into it. A new fixing, got the paint job, and he got some seats because it didn't even have all the seats in there. And so he put seats in there and started every day just putting something into this car that he seen in the beginning. And everybody else was laughing again because everybody didn't see what he saw. They still laughed at him. Can you believe this? Man, this dude still riding this car, man. He's still riding, still smiling. And so next thing you know it, he's riding, he go to church, he go to different places, and everybody would laugh at him. They call him, they sit on the corner, man, we heard you coming around the corner. So then he ended up putting an engine in there. And so they didn't hear him coming around, but he's still a little busted up. So he's riding. So they still talking about it because the paint job was still messed up. So the next thing you know, he start putting, instead of just putting things just so he can drive, he just start putting newer things on it. He started putting brand new candy coat paint. That's old school, candy coat. He started putting brand new tires and rims, and got the windows tinted. He got it really, was really looking really nice. And people started like, man, it look all right, man. They started thinking like, man, this is all right, you know. But they still some people still laugh at it. And so he started putting more work into it, until people start changing their way of talking to him. They said, man, this is nice, man. Dang, I like that. Can I buy that? I want that. They started to see what he seen in the beginning, what they laughed at, what they talked about, what they, what they saw nothing in. And eventually, he got it where he wanted it to be. And actually, I gotta say, put some music in there, and then, he had the nice sound in there, and then he had some jazz. That was really saying, I didn't really do that. But he put music in there, and then people heard the sound, and everybody was like, man, they was amazed at what he had become, what the car had become. And the moral of that story is, I know, and I've been there, I know that you've been called some different things. I heard your stories. I heard some of your stories. I know you. And the thing is, I know people didn't see what you see right now. People might not have thought you would be at this point. Like I said, the guy asked me 10 or 12 years ago, did you see yourself here? Like, yeah, I see myself here. That's why I'm working towards it. This is not my first graduation. I'm in prisons all the time. I do graduations all the time in prisons, jails, different things. But I seen it. I started working to that. And the thing is, when you start to work towards something, you start to feel like where you belong there, so then can't nobody tell you don't belong. I was denied, because of my record, I was denied from going to the federal prison and the Fayette County Jail. I got a state warrant. I got multiple assaults on officers on my record. I got multiple drug charges on my record. If you look when it says Director of Reentry Service, that means now they have to ask me, Jesus, my line, they have to ask me if who can go in to the jails and the prisons through our program. Because I seen something myself, and now they see it. I can trust it. Last week was the first time I went to North Point Prison. Yeah. Last week I went to North Point Prison. We were expanding. We were down in Fayette County, Wolf County, Jesper County. We just expanded to North Point Prison last Thursday. And it was odd. I'm walking through North Point. And anybody know about North Point? They call it the Point. It's a wild beast. And here I am as an ex-felon, not a felon. I'm ex. I'm walking around with keys. I'm walking around with walkie-talkie, joints. Y'all ain't laughing like this. Y'all ain't saying that. I'm walking through there, because I see this. And the thing is, it don't stop there. Where I'm at now is not where my end is. This is not the end. This is just part of the story. That's the same thing I encourage you. This is just part of y'all's story. This is not the end. This is not y'all's last graduation. Like I said, I went to my socials. I know a lot of people's like, man, I got my socials. I'm done. I'm good. I got the next level. I got my bachelor's. I'm done. I'm good. Like I said, I'm in grad school. I know in grad school, I know some people that's done then. I might go for a doctor. I don't know. The thing is, I'm just always continually finding ways to add more to this car. To add more, tuning it up. Put gas in it. Oil change. All of this thing to make it better. Because like I said, I said a lot of kids wave their hands. So it's not about you. Again, after a while, the more you start graduating, the more you start seeing a bigger picture, you start realizing it's not even about you. This paper is not about you. It's about these kids. It's about your communities looking at you. It's about, like I said, I just buried one of my closest friends last Tuesday. Yeah. And if everybody was there, I spoke there. I didn't get to say everything I wanted because somebody hollered out, I'm getting high when I get through. The thing is, I couldn't say anything after that like I wanted to. And I said I'm going to dedicate tonight to him. You know, that you know, yeah. It's you gotta keep on graduating. It don't stop. It don't stop tonight. It don't stop with your next degree. Because like I said, people are watching you. And it's bigger than you. It's way bigger than you. And when that's the thing, the more I do, the more I realize it's not even about me. It's not even about me. I didn't even tell anybody at work that I was even doing this. I worked with Gina, worked with us, and she walked me, hey, I didn't know you was doing this. She was talking about, yeah, I'm graduating tomorrow. I didn't even tell her. Okay, I see you graduating tomorrow. I didn't tell nobody at work. I just, okay. Because it's not about me. It's way big. This thing is way bigger than me. I go to funerals all the time because I'm dealing with guys that dealing with addictions. They got a whole bunch of certificates from jails and prisons. Tons of certificates saying that they're doing good. I go to funerals all the time. People are saying a ton of guys with a lot of, and women with a lot of certificates and degrees. This don't make this your change. This don't make it. It's you continue to do better. They got mad at me. I was at a graduation at the Fayette County Jail. I told the people, everybody had diplomas or whatever. I said, man, that ain't number paper, y'all. I just buried a guy a week and a half before that. And I'm like, this ain't number paper. If you ain't gonna change, it ain't number paper right there. You got to go and continue to change and continue to do what you can do to make this world a better place. Anyway, I'm talking y'all's head up.
One more hand for Julius Johnson. Thank you so much for telling us. We're going to keep this going, the start of our awards. The first thing I want to tell you is these awards are decided upon by our faculty, sometimes a little bit of input from the staff. And one of the rules that I have about who we give awards to is they have to deserve it. It can't be an award that everybody gets a trophy. These have to be awards that are meant for reasons. They're awards because this person did this or that person did this. The first award we have going this evening, I actually had the lead instructor write it because I did not know him that well. So I'm quoting here. It took me a long time to talk this student into coming to CTE, and once I got him into the building trades program, he was one of the best students I had in my class. Always had a lot of questions about what was going on in class that day, and I remember one time he came in and wanted to wire a house that was in the classroom all by himself. I said fine, and by the end of the next day, he had everything working in the house. He picked up quick on an electrician. Without my help, Julian Coles is getting the Above and Beyond Award. You may have noticed an empty chair here. That chair actually belongs to Julian Coles. Tragically, he passed yesterday. We will all miss him, but as I was telling these folks in the back room, today is a celebration. So let's celebrate his life. He gets the Above and Beyond Award, not because of the tragedy, but because of what he accomplished up to this day. So we recognize Julian Coles. Thank you. We will be sure that his family receives this. For those of you who did know him, I will tell you, as soon as we hear of any arrangements, we will be sure to put that on the CTE Facebook page at cte.edu, if in fact it is a public service. So moving on, Chip has another person from his program, and not all programs got two. What an outstanding group of BTT people. This student was also a great student. No problems with hands-on work. Did the workbook, no problems. Carried a full-time job while in school, and somehow always made it to school on time, in keeping with all of his schoolwork and turning it in. He is still working full-time, doing a great job, and that is why Greg Dumas is getting it. Next up, I would like to invite Brian King from our Business Office Administration program.
Chip, very motivational speech. I'm new to the school, new to the program, but in the short time I've been here, I feel like all these people are kind of family. The faculty, amazing. The kids are awesome. I just can't go on and say enough about how much I see every day all of you try. It's really great. So in keeping up with that, and keeping up with the thoughts of all these people that achieve and do so much, I'd like to give an award out to one of my students. And it was really more of a benefit for me to have him than I think that was a benefit to him. But Anthony Marler, Above and Beyond, nearly perfect attendance, certified in everything, straight A's, and just a great guy. He helped everybody, he helped every student, every time. Very proud of you. Let's give him a round of applause. Sir, very proud of you. Yep, here you are.
I'd like to invite Michelle Hollis.
Hello, graduates. Congratulations very much to you. Another round of applause. My name is Michelle Hollis. I'm an employment consultant with the Bluegrass Career Services job placement staff. So I was lucky enough to get to work with several of the students. I just started in that position, so I got to see a lot of them, finish through and already placed in jobs, a lot of the students that I worked with, so that's always a great thing. I did enjoy your speech. Thank you so much for coming and speaking with everyone. I think that the resounding theme is to not stop here with where you are. Each and every one of you all are very talented. You had to do a lot to get here to where you are today, and the sky is the limit. I love you saying, now you hold the keys. I mean, you didn't just go through, now you hold the keys, and you all can do that too. In any one of your professions, you can go as far up and out as you want to. So I do want to encourage you all to do that. The award that I have today is for a young lady. All of the students I've worked with, I was very, very pleased with and very inspired by this particular young lady. She really, you know, we all have our story of where we've come from, but I was particularly touched of where she's been and where she already is and where she's going to continue to go in her career. She is currently working in an office right now, and I know that this isn't going to be the end for her, that she's just going to continue to keep going as well. So I would like to present this Inspiration Award to Andrea Cohen-Harris.
It looks like Cosmetology has a few folks they'd like to recognize. Introduce you to Jana Hiley Crouch. Crouch Hiley, backwards. And that's Brooke, and that's Shonda. Shorty. You hear me?
I can rock a blow dryer and a curling iron all day long, and I might not my expertise. So I'm Jana Huntley, and I'm the lead educator at the Cosmetology School in Winchester. And this is my team of educators, Miss Brooks and Miss Shonda. And we are very honored to be here tonight and very humbled to be able to present these awards to our students that are graduating. So first, just let me start by saying that each and every one of you are deserving of all your accomplishments while attending CTU. And I would like to thank you for choosing us to be a part of your journey, because there's several other cosmetology schools, and you chose to let us be a part of your life and your career. So the first award we're giving tonight is an Above and a Beyond award. This young lady came to CTE in November, and she was, I guess you would call it a transfer, so to speak, over from Texas, which was our sister school. And so from the moment that she got to the school, I knew that she had tons of potential. I just had to find it, and I had a very small amount of time to do that in. And so I think I had her for maybe a month, and she rocked it out in that month that she was there. So she went to Frankfurt. She was nervous. She passed her test. As they said, I'm in Frankfurt, so I get to see a lot of my students when they come and test in Frankfurt. So when she came in, I could tell she was so nervous and just scared to death. And I remember looking at her and just kind of giving her a wink like, it's okay, you got this, right? You are fine. And so the next morning, I get on the computer and I'm like, oh my gosh. Practical 100%, like she didn't miss anything, which is very much a huge accomplishment. So the first award I'm giving tonight is Above and Beyond, and it goes to Cheyenne Christmas. The second award we're giving away is another Above and Beyond award. This young lady started at CTE as a shy little young girl and very introverted.
Getting her to talk and speak was like pulling teeth for a dentist. So once she got comfortable with us and we got to know her and she got to know us, then we couldn't hardly get her to hush. So it was one of those kind of things. But whether the sun was shining or the snow was falling, regardless, she was always in attendance. So as a matter of fact, this student had over 100% in attendance. Not 100, but had over 100% in attendance. She never missed a day nor an hour. Even though I'm sure there were some days she probably didn't want to see us for the day. But she was still there, right? So, and this was just one of her many awesome qualities that she had. She was always dependable when that attendance was concerned. You always knew that she was going to be there. So if it was snowing, I knew I would have one student, so I had to show up and open the door. And so this student also went to Frankfurt, and I teach the state board class, and so she kind of was, you know, lackadaisical. And then about the last 2 weeks of that state board class, she like stepped it up a little. And I'm like, she's going to do okay. She's going to be fine. Again, she went to state board and passed her practical exam also with 100%. So, the next award is also on Above and Beyond, and this is going to Victoria Everson. The last award I have tonight, she actually is in attendance, but I do want to go ahead and recognize her. This award is the Inspiration Award. This student had lots of obstacles to finish her studies at CTE. This student is a very special Christian woman. She has a very handsome son that requires a lot of her time and energy. However, she still pushed through her way to the finish line. If we all had the heart, mind, and soul this student has, the sky would be the limit. Not only was she a mentor to her classmates, but she showed them that anything is possible if you keep your heart and mind moving toward your goal. It was an honor to be a part of this student's life, and she was such an inspiration to not only me, but also her classmates. So the Inspiration Award that we were giving away, and we'll make sure that she gets it, is Miss Sheila Christopher.
We have a lot of wonderful stories here. I just have to throw in the one that it just totally blows me away. We had a student who was kind of taking her time getting stuff done. Finally got her out, finally finished her Cosmo, took her state board and went into labor and had a baby the next day. Right, Tera? That one blows me away. I said, what do you mean she had a baby? She just tested. Yeah.
Pushed on through.
Pushed on through, I just want to say. That was bad. Dan Stapleton. They're in Florida.
Like everybody else, congratulations to the graduates. Every one of you has made an inspiration on all of us. I too work with Bluegrass Career Services and work with food hospitality, cosmetology, and early childhood. I really am very, very thankful that I have been a part of your life, that you have really molded my life, that it's really hard to see you all go, but I still get to see the Cosmo a lot in the beauty salon. The award we had tonight is, and my little girl's not here, she had an award late at the salon. The Rising Star Award, this young lady was a transfer in, and she transferred to our Lexington campus. Miss Elizabeth Ernest, she was such an inspiration, not only to myself, but to the classes, and I know to her classmates. I'll make sure that Miss Ernest gets this award following tomorrow. Thank you.
have just 2 more awards. The next award is with Miss Robin Feeney.
I'd just like to say that was probably one of the best speeches that I've heard from this group, and for these people. Some people that just get kind of forgotten, get lost in the cracks sometimes. You obviously know that. You can feel the passion when you speak, so thank you. Very much. I would just like to say congratulations to all you guys. This is huge, whether you realize it right now or not, how far you've come. I would like to give award today to someone who had not only produced passionate food and passionate caring about their fellow people in the class, their fellow teammates, because we had a team, still have a team, we try to produce that. And not only that, but shared that passion with me, and I'm very grateful for that, because that's the opportunity for faculty to kind of see the red light, the yellow light go off. Sometimes that's kind of rare. So when we see it, it means a lot to us, and I don't know if I can speak for everyone, but that's why I'm here. I want to see the passion, and I want to see those things happen. So today, the award that I would like to give is to Miss LaToya Collins. LaToya is getting a merit award because, yes, her food is awesome, right? But this young lady has not only done well for herself, but she's also inspired myself and her classmates, present classmates that I have right now. She's already graduated from here. She's in BOA now. She's continuing her education, knowing what she wants to do. But she's also put the hand backwards, and she's come back and she's given advice and calmness to freaked out students that are just starting, and she just likes the kitchen. She likes to come out and eat too. But you should know that this is very special, because you are. Don't cry. Don't cry.
Good job, Colin.
And our final special award before we hand out the diplomas comes from Miss Beverly Morton.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate the graduates. Our award that we're given is above and beyond. This student came to class every day, did what she was supposed to. Also, she was impressed. We have mock interviews that they have to do. She impressed the office manager of a facility, and he actually held a position for her until one of his employees left. And she's now working at an urgent care center. And her name is Sydney Sleet.
Okay, you know. Then if I may just have a moment. Say hi. Just to honor Mr. Julian Coles. Andrea Cowan Harris. Tayana Dumfer.